EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. That's going to go down as a 20-yard loss, and that's going to bring up a second and forever.
But we all know that the instinct is to fight for every possible yard and try and pick something up. But every now and then you got to know when to turn off your instinct. Okay, in this situation, find a way to go down and save some yardage. I mean, quarterbacks do it all the time, right? Play up, we don't have it, just take the sack, fight for another down. In this case, though, he kept trying to make something happen, and that loss of yardage, it changes field position, changes everything you're trying to do on offense, really puts them in a bad spot.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott from the gun, able to get away, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run it with Carson, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Well, Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5. Ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league, and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Elliott, the leading rusher for the second time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Barkevious Mingo able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Here we go. 46. 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. There goes Allen Hurns. Touchdown, Cowboys. Allen Hurns, 83 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times, because Chris Carson, their lead back, didn't get started against Dallas. Mike Davis.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Let's go, 14.
Now Wilson. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tempo.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, it was truthfully. How many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head-scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Here's Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. 1st down, Prescott. Dancing to his left. His throw incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Now, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go, 46.
To the air again, Prescott. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Barkevious Mingo in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We're going to 54. Wide. Here we go, 46. Here we go, wide. Gun.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Zebra, zebra. Right, 380. Front left, front left. Right.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Check 50, check 50. Shotgun. Tempo, tempo. Shotgun.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back.
Brendan, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
On 1st and 10, Prescott toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. It's caught right side, it's Hurns. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Dak finding the former Jag Hurns for the Dallas 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Prescott being chased out left. And he goes out right around the 39. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Prescott now on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You go 46, 46. You go 48.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Gun. Here you go 48. 26.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Janikowski bangs it through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
14, 19. Gotta go.
Wilson. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Barkevious Mingo able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
46. Gun. 26.
Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Here we go, 47. Here we go. 28. 26.
Prescott yet again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Frank Clark in there to sack him for a loss of 6. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Here we go, 28. Gun. 26.
Here's Prescott. And Beasley's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 28. 26.
Throwing, Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Malik Collins forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action. It's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Carson, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, remember back to the first half when they went for it on 4th, didn't get it, and you said file that play away for later? I think this is the time to bring that up.
Yeah, we did say circle it, and let's see how it would play out, because if they kicked the 3 there, if they kicked that field goal, this would be a one-score game now.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Seahawks on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They go play action with Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Prescott to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Switch, hey.
Prescott from the gun. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Prescott. And an alley to run. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, Prescott again. Shannon, and the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long.
Here we go. Wide in. Here we go, 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. Now Prescott on 4th down. This is caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, make.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys' side of the field.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team to...
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Here we go, 47, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go.
Throwing here, Prescott eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 26.
Prescott to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 28.
Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late, they're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this two-point conversion. One last shot for Wilson. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. He spins through. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 480, 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott steps away. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On second down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun. And then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See slime break night. This break night. My wrist watch is like a break light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday with the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh, tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the Jews, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime.